Hi, it's Andrew here from Pink Cake Princess. I'm going to show you how to bake perfect vanilla cupcakes. These are the same cupcakes that I use on my channel to decorate with. They are really super soft and fluffy and light, and they taste absolutely delicious. You can find the ingredients in the video description below as well. Okay, to start off with, we're just going to sift our plain flour. There's roughly about 500 grams of plain flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now I'm just doing it in 2 lots and just sifting it through in my sifter to get rid of all the lumps. And don't you love these little love heart teaspoons and love heart measuring cups that I received last year? I got them and I absolutely love using them. Okay, so there you go, there's the second half of it done. It's going through nicely. Now we're just going to set that aside while we work on our butter and sugar. Okay, so into the mixer with our butter. Now this is room temperature butter. It's been sitting there until it's room temperature, and then I'm mixing it through with my mixer. If you don't have one of these mixers, you can use a handheld mixer. You can easily pick up one for relatively cheaply nowadays in your local supermarket or your department stores. We're just going to mix it through for about a few minutes until the butter becomes light and fluffy, and then I'm just going to add in my caster sugar. I'm adding it in about 1/3 at a time, and I'm mixing it through on my high setting and just scraping the sides so that everything does get mixed together. Okay, and then I'm just going to add in my second portion of it, another 1/3, and then mixing it through for about a minute. And as you can see, it's getting paler and lighter and fluffier as you add in more sugar. Okay, and that's it. That's the final addition of the caster sugar, and then mixing it through for another minute or so. Okay, scraping the sides again, and now I'm just going to add in my egg mixture, well, 1 egg at a time, and beating it for roughly about a minute after each addition, just to make sure that it's mixed through nicely. Okay, and then once I've added my 4th egg, I'm going to get my vanilla extract. Now I'm adding in about 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Again, loving that heart-shaped measuring spoon. And don't go for the cheap stuff. Don't go for the vanilla essence. It's not as nice as the vanilla extract. It'll make a huge difference to the taste of your cupcakes in the end. So it's worth spending that little bit extra for the vanilla extract. Okay, so now I'm adding in my flour mixture that I sifted earlier. I'm adding in about 1/3 at a time, and I'm just gently mixing it through on my very light setting on my mixer because I don't want to overbeat it. And then I'm also adding half my cup of milk, and then another 1/3 of the flour mixture, and then mixing it through until it just mixes through. And then I'm going to just scrape the sides so everything mixes in very nicely. And then adding in the second portion of my milk, and it's coming together nicely. Okay, and then the final flour portion, and then just mixing that through. Now I love the texture of this this batter. It's not super thick and it's not super runny. It's just perfect for what I do. Okay, so just scraping the excess off there, and then just gently mixing it through to get rid of all the lumps so that you've got a nice batter to work with. Okay, now with my muffin tins, I'm putting in my cupcake patties. If you're interested in which ones I use, there it is there. And then I'm going to use my ice cream scoop and a knife just to scoop in my mixture. I'm using this method so that I get the same size cupcakes for each cupcake. Yeah, you basically get the same size cupcake if you do it this method. And just tapping it onto the table, and then I'm going to bake it in my oven. The oven has been preheated for about 20 minutes on 175 degrees Celsius, and roughly at 20 minutes that's when they're cooked. But if you're unsure about how your oven works, you can check at about 15 minutes. You can insert a skewer, and if it comes out clean or with a few crumbs in it, that's when your cupcake is done. Okay, then you can take it out of your muffin tin and then just put it on your cake rack so that it will down, and that's basically your cupcake done. It's so light and fluffy. I'll show you the inside. It's absolutely delicious and perfect for my cake decorating tutorials on YouTube. and you can keep it up to 3 to 4 days in a cake container, one similar to this one, just something to keep the air out of it so it doesn't dry out. And that's it. That's my perfect vanilla cupcakes. Hope you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like my work if you do like it. And yeah, support my channel by doing all these things, and you'll see more tutorials from myself. Bye for now. You guys take care.